Good morning, Internet. This is Alex does Sudokus, and it is Friday the 9th of July 2021. And we have another New York Times hard Sudoku for you. So, we're going to use Snyder notations to solve this, and I hope that it will prove useful. So, if you're not familiar, Snyder notation is a technique where we pencil mark in any numbers within a box where there are two occurrences. If they're less than two, then we know where the number is basically, because that means there's only one possible candidate. If there are more than two candidates, we'll leave it alone because that will keep our grid nice and clean. That's what we like. So with that, let's have a look. So here we have a 2 locked in a single position. So we place it. Anything else? We have 3 possible 2s there. We're going to ignore that. We've got 4 possible 2s here. We're ignoring it as well. So that's just some of the examples that we can use to kind of like conform to the Snyder notations technique. And yeah, I'm just trying to see. I may kind of step out of the Snyder notation for a second because I feel like there may be some naked singles on the top row, but I think I'm mistaken. Yeah, I'm mistaken. Okay, I'm going to move on to the 4s. 4s are not giving me anything. 5s. 5 is on its own. So this is where the kind of naked single thing comes in, but just give me one moment whilst I blow my nose. So usually there may be a naked single kind of like connected to the weakest number on the grid. So right now 5 is a weak number because we only have one occurrence of it. And I was ignoring this cell before, but actually if we look at it, we can't see a 1 on this cell, but we can see 2, 3, 4, 5. But also we can see 6, 7, 8 and 9. So indeed there is actually a naked single connected to the 5. And for anyone not familiar, a naked single is basically, imagine if a cell has all the possible candidates. And we're going to strip away any numbers that we see. So we can see a 2, see a 3, 4, 5, and then we can see a 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we're basically stripping all the numbers back, revealing a 1. And that is a naked single, basically. So since we've unlocked a 1, I like to have a look and see what influences the 1 has on the other ones, but also on the row and the column, basically. So, and maybe the box as well. I'm the worst at looking at the boxes, but if I have a look at a row, maybe we can see something. We're missing 6, 8, and 9. Okay, we can't solve that because we have an 8 here, we've got 9 here, but we don't have a 6 anywhere. And so I don't think we have anything actually, so I'm going to move on. I found a 1 with the 5, so I'm going to try looking at the 6s, I suppose. 6s are not beneficial. 7s, got a pair of 7 here. I also have a 7 down here because of these 2 7s. So, anything else going on? Pointing pair of 7s down here. So this 7 and that 7 locks the 7s into these 2 cells. And that's called pointing 7 because they're pointing in the direction that they're facing. So they're lined up on a row. So they're pointing onto the row. That means I can't have any more 7s on this row, because if I have, then there's nowhere for the 7 to go in this box, basically. So that leaves me, oh no, that means there aren't any 7s here. So that leaves me a pair of 7s here because I've got rows 8 and 9 taken care of. And I've got column 6 blocked by this 7. Okay, let's move on to the 8s. Not seeing anything with the 8s. So what about the 9s? How are we looking? Oh, sniffly this morning. So 1 second, please. Okay. How are we doing on the 9s? 9s. Right. Not getting much action out of this. But I just noticed there's a pair of 9s over here. Sorry, pair of 7s over here. Okay, any more things we can do with the 9? I'm not optimistic here. I am not. Oh, pointing pair of 9s here because of this 9 and that 9. So that further unlocks a 9 over here because 9 has to be on column 8 due to the fact that I've got pointing pair of 9s rules out column 9. I've got 9 here ruling out column 7 and a 9 ruling out row 4. So that gives me another pair of 9s. And I think that's all I have to say about that. Do apologize. Feeling like death this morning. Okay. So we've gone around the grid once. I haven't done a lot with it, I have to say. So what I'm going to do now is look at what I call the weak areas. So the weak areas are any areas, for instance, oh, hang on. I have a chat message, I think. I saw an emoji, but I didn't. Good morning, Larry. Good morning, Fled. Sorry, I missed your messages because my chat gets... I forget that I need to like click the back button to go back to my chat. Otherwise, after my raids, my chat basically goes away, and that's not very cash money at all. How are you guys today? It's Friday. Are you looking forward to the weekend? I think there's also some football thing that's been going on in the UK, but we ignored it. Hold on, when is football? Euro 2020, I think. What's the latest then? Fixtures, maybe fixtures. So, oh, Italy's playing us on Sunday, so I don't have to worry about that, I don't think. Oh yes, I'm with you there. Finals Sunday night. Yeah, it's just like, meh? Football. Yay! Play the balls. It is, and I do not have to go into work today. Yay! Oh, you get to work from home. Just have to get a little done from home. So does that mean you don't have to work all day either? Because that's pretty pog. It's always a good day when you don't have to work the whole day. I'm kind of like potentially expecting phone calls or messages because I finished yesterday, and usually on a month end I will finish the work on the month end, and I'll still be working the next day to make sure that if there are queries, I can respond to them. But I'm finished for the week, so I was up a little bit late, and then the dogs woke me up at 5. Oh no! Oh no! I mean, that's cute and all, but I bet you're a bit tired now. I just need to blow my nose again because yeah, I'm getting the sniffles. Oh, that was a big one. It's not 5 a.m. yet. No, it's probably about 3 a.m. for you, Liari, but getting there probably. Oh, poor Liari. I don't think I can live with insomnia. I don't know how I handle it. I've been very lucky that I don't have it. Oh, hold on. Before we start on looking at the weak areas, actually, we've got one here because this one unlocks a pointing pair of 1s, giving us a 1 there. So what does that mean for us? That leaves us 3, 5, and 8 left. Well, that's just grand because we don't have a single one of those numbers. Just grand. 4s are locked in, no cells, and nothing else. I have a triple up top, but I think that was the 6, 8, and 9. And as we still have established, we can't place any of the numbers. Okay. Well, I suppose this is a weak area, which is 3, 5. Oh, 3, 5, and 8. We looked at that, didn't we? So, any other weak areas? So, I qualify weak areas as anything that has 4 or less numbers. So, we have four numbers on this row remaining. Sorry, that's 4 numbers remaining. Morning, Sapsy. Gonna have to work. Busy day at work. That was me yesterday. So, I hope work goes well. I hope work goes well for you. 1, 5, 8, and 9 on this row. And we can't solve anything. Well, this is not very cash money at all. We're not loving this. So we're going to do a second scan. Just going to see if there's other... Oh, here we go. We have a triple here in these 3 cells because the 7 and the 3 were already locked. We're already sharing those 3 cells. And now we find that the 2s share the 3 cells. So that is good. Hi, Duluk. I have not been on a stream for so long. How's it going? Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. How have you been? Did you stream yesterday? Yesterday was a bit of a blur for me with work because it was super busy for me. It was finance month end, so I had to reconcile all the finances in June, and it didn't go as well as I hoped. But yeah, I got there in the end, which is the important thing. So what does this triple do for us? Well, it gives us another triple because basically 2, 3, and 7 can't go anywhere else. Otherwise, I'll have 2 numbers in 3 cells, and that is just not possible. Conversely, no other numbers can go into those 3 cells because if they... Oh, actually, no. 2, 3, 7 can't go outside because I've already reduced them in the box to be in those 3 cells, and they're also pointing. They're all pointing pairs or triples, so they can't naturally be in any of the other cells. And with that in mind, we have another triple going on, which is 4, 5, and 6, I believe. And that is kind of useful because it means the 6s are over here. Not super useful. I suppose it tells me the 6 is down here, but I also don't think that's that useful. Okay, anything else? 4 and 5. We'll have no 4 and 5 in the remaining cells, so we can't do anything with that. We still can't proceed. And thank you for the redeem, Duluk. It's not quite scary anymore because like it slowly transitions into the color. Oh, you couldn't stream yesterday. Vibing mostly. Mostly due to being very tired after a long day or sunning around in what? Sunning around in Highland? Well, slow chances are boring, but it's more reliable because I don't have to use the software anymore that I used to use. And the software that I used to use, first of all, it wasn't reliable because sometimes it wouldn't change without me realizing. And also sometimes and also they were getting very aggressive with the way they want to monetize the services. Bearing in mind the services that they offer is just to do kind of stream interaction things, and it's more expensive than the service that I use to change a light now, which basically if you pay for it, you can do a lot more integration than just doing streaming stuff basically. So I just couldn't justify it, and that's why I stopped using that. It's like Disneyland but smaller basically. Oh, okay. I'm guessing is it a Canadian thing? I'm not too familiar. There's some really good bots that can do most of the stuff, by the way. Yes, I do need to look into it because I did get a home bridge on my new Raspberry Pi. I say new; it's my friend's old Raspberry Pi. I had a Raspberry Pi, I think 1, and or maybe 2, but basically it's too old. It didn't support Homebridge. Yeah, it didn't support Homebridge basically. So at some point I need to do some coding to integrate my chat. But the thing is, like, Twitch API is a bit weird. So for some reason, like, picking up the redeems are not as straightforward. Whereas like, I can already write a bot that respond to commands, basically. But I should really move my bot to my Pi as well, because I've had it hosted on a web server for a while now. I don't think that's necessary anymore. Anyway, let's do more Sudokus. I can't seem to progress with the weak areas. So I'm going to scan the grid again. We may have to pull something out of the bag. Maybe a tricky one today. So let's have a look. Twos are still not giving us any dice. Threes are already semi-restricted. Fours still not giving me anything. If there are things, you are not giving it. Five. Have I got any more naked single on the five? Maybe this is a naked single. Well, it's not one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm missing an 8 and a 9. Okay, I can see an 8 and a 9 here. I've got 1. I'm missing 2, 3, and 4. So that's no good. This is 6 and 9. And this is 6 and 8. Yeah, these aren't very useful. So 6 are locked down here. I don't think that's particularly useful for us today. 7s. 8s. I guess today's puzzle is on the difficult side because, yeah, I'm not seeing any. Oh, got a pair of 8s there. That locks another pair of 8s up there. So these two 8s locks a pair of 8s down. And also, this can't be an 8. So we basically have an 8 and a 9 in this cell. So it must be a 6. And the 8 can't go in either of these two cells. It must be over here, which unlocks a 9 and a 9 here. So 6, 8, and 9 are resolved up top. So just to kind of like reiterate what happened. First of all, the 8s can't go in these two cells. So we know that's an 8, and that unlocks a 9 as well. And also this cell, it was 6, 8, and 9 at the top. So now that we see an 8 and a 9, we know that has to be a 6. And that leaves only 9. So that 9 unlocks a couple more 9s. The 8 gives us a pair of 8s down here, which are matching with the 1s. So it's 1 and 8. Gives us another 8 on column 2, which unlocks an 8 there and a 7, because that can't be, if this cell can't be a 7, there's only one place left for the 7. That unlocks a 7, which leaves one place left for the 9, which unlocks a 9 down here as well. So quickly, the house of cards are falling like dominoes. Checkmate numbers. There's something. Streamer.bot is amazing. You can even integrate your own C# code in it. I've not tried C# before, but I am curious about streamer.bot, because that is not a bot I'm familiar with. Read the wiki to learn more. So can it look at redeems? Because that's always my first question. If it can quickly read the redeems, then I'm right there. I'm just like there, right there. These are 5s and 4s. Let's pencil mark them in. 5s and 4s, 4s and 5s in there. This 1-8 pair may be useful because that leaves us a quadruple, but I want to put in this pair first because that will unlock that as a naked single. Maybe easier conversation on DM. Okay, I'm also on Discord as well. Oh, and the Discord bot. The bot has mentioned Discord. Yeah, if you pop into my Discord, slide into my DM, we can have a chat. And I much appreciate that. Thank you. This is 3 and 5. Okay, so 3 and 5 are in here. Therefore, this must be a 6. And if that's a 6, we unlock another 6 down here, giving us a pair of 6s. So this is now, a pair of numbers. And they are 4s and 5s. I suppose I've got 4s and 5s in these two styles as well. So this is 4, 5, and 3, 4, and 5. Okay, 3's over there. So 4 and 5 are as such. So we're kind of closing in on the puzzle now. Should be able to finish it soon. we have 1, 8 and something there, but that's not useful. This is 1, 6 and 8. So that's 1 and 6 because I see an 8. Actually, I don't think that's that useful. So I am instead going to scan the numbers again because I think there's too many weak numbers, like 4 and 5 are all over the place. 3, 4 and 5 are all over the place. So yeah, the grid is not really clearing up nicely yet. So I just want to have a quick look around. Let's see. 4s, 5s. I still haven't got any additional 5s, have I? No. So let's have a look at the 6s. 6s are down here. These are pointed. Oh, we've got 6 over here as well. And with that 6, we've got another 6 unlocked, another 6 unlocked, another 6 unlocked. So all the 6s are done if we just follow them. This is 1 and 8, and it must be a 1 because I've got a 4, 5 pair. These two cells can only be 4 or 5. So no other numbers can go in them. So the remaining 2 cells on this row must be 1 and 8. And I've got an 8 there, so that solves the 1 and 8. And with this 1, I've got another 1 here because of this 1 and that 1. And that solves me another 1 because column 4 and 5 are taken and row 4 is taken as well. So that's all the 1s done. What about the 8s? The 8s are pointing there because of this 8, so I know that's an 8. So that just leave me an X-wing of 8s. I'm going to ignore that because I don't feel like doing any more pencil markings. What I do want to do is see 2s are here, right? Actually, this 3, 4, 5 is also not useful because that's 3 and 5 and that's 4 and 5. Okay, that's annoying. That is annoying. And I'm so bunged up right now. You wouldn't believe it. You wouldn't believe it. There must be something interesting going on. Maybe this quadruple. 3, 4, 5 and 2, 3, 4 and 5. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything at all. This is also 2, 3, 4 and 5. Yeah, I think I'm just going to scan the numbers because I feel like if I scan the numbers, I'll have a quicker chance of solving something. 8, 2s. The Jews are not playing ball. 3s. 4s. Oh, hold on. 4 and 8 are locked in these 2 cells. 4 and 8. I mean, I've not been pencil marking them, so let's do that. So the 8 and the 4 are blocking these 2 cells. That means I've got 4, 8 matching pair there. So if the 7 is in this cell, we have 4 and 8 locked in the same cell. That's not possible. So the matching pair rule basically means it pushes out any numbers within the 2 cells. So since that pushes out a 7, it tells me that the remaining number in this box has to be a 2. And with the 2, we can unlock another 2 over here. And that leaves me a pair of 2s there. But this 2 forms a pointing pair of 2, so I've got a 2 there as well. So 2s are now locked in these 2 cells and these 2 cells. Oh, this 7 also unlocks, the 3 down here as well, because it was 3 and 7. And that leaves me a 5 on the column. And a 5 over here as well, because the 5s are locked on rows 7 and 9. And on this row, we have a single number left, and it is an 8. And this 8 unlocks the 8 and a 4. And this 4 should do something good for us. Oh, yes. Tells me this is a 4 because that's the only place the 4 can go on this column now. So the 4 and 5 are unlocking each other. These can't be 5s anymore. So I've got 4 and 3. And this is now a 7. Oh no, it's not a 7. It's a 5. Oh my god. 3 and 5, 3 and 5. Okay. That means this is a 5 as well. So despite the fact that the 5 started off as the weakest number, we have solved it before some of the other numbers. These are 3s and 4s. 3s and 4s. God damn it, 3s and 4s. So 3s and 4s are locked together, but 4s are in these 2 cells. Oh, this can't be a 3, so the 2 and 7 are resolved as well. And this 2 tells me this is a 2. So I think all the 2s are now finished. And here we have a 4, which unlocks all the 4s and the freeze. And that's today's New York Times hard Sudoku. Took a bit of time there, 25 minutes nearly. I did do a bit of chatting, to be fair. So anyway, anyone watching on YouTube, I hope that was somewhat useful. Interesting puzzle today. I thought it was a tricky one, but it wasn't too bad if you just follow the working out, I guess, and then look at the weak areas on the rows and the columns, and that just collapses basically. But the 3 and 4, surprisingly, were the ultimate weak numbers. So if you enjoyed that, please leave a like below. But don't worry if you know, it's a lot to ask, I know. But if you want to see more, I'll be back tomorrow, same time, same day. No, same time every day. I'll be uploading my YouTube's, my Sudokus on YouTube. If you want to see me live, I do more things as well. I play video games as well. Who would have thought? A streamer playing video games. But yeah, come hang out. And maybe I will see you around. Maybe do some crosswords in the future. So take care now. Have a good Friday and the weekend. Oh, did you, Fled? Thank you.